episode of IGN Conversations is brought to you by Gran Turismo 6, available December 6th.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Jose Otero. I'm here with our news editor, Andrew Goldfarb.
It's me.
And we're going to talk a little bit about last night on Miiverse. Masahiro Sakurai announced that Skull Kid from Majora's Mask would be an assist trophy in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. This is a big deal for a couple of reasons. One, Super Smash Bros., as it has been since its beginning, tosses a lot of nods to Nintendo games. But for Nintendo, this is the third time Majora's Mask has been nodded to in 2013. It is the year of Luigi, but it's also kind of the year of Majora's Mask teases. Yeah, for sure. So what do you think, first of all, about this announcement?
I think every time someone sees anything from Majora's Mask lately, they're freaking out, which is unfortunate because there was the item in Animal Crossing you could get as one of the fortune cookie items. Mm-hmm. There was A Link Between Worlds hanging in your house at the beginning of the game. And then now this in Smash, although that's technically a next year game, I guess, if you want to get technical. The weird thing, though, and the one that got everyone riled up was, what was it, PAX Prime or Comic-Con, one of them.
It was a New York Comic-Con that he sort of said, a fan asked him, a fan asked Aonuma, hey, I would love if you remade Majora's Mask. And it's a question he gets all the time. We've asked him that question. Mm-hmm. But his response was?
Yeah, when we asked him earlier this year, when you specifically asked him earlier this year, he was like, just say I laughed. Like, he started laughing, and he was just like, just leave it at that and let people interpret it as they want. And I mean, the funny thing with Majora's Mask is, like, we were just talking about this a little bit ago. I mean, it's been reissued before. It was on Virtual Console. It was on, I think it was like a pre-order disc or bonus disc for Wind Waker. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think people, for whatever reason, are very attached to it. I mean, it's definitely the most unique Zelda game. It's, and they just remade Ocarina of Time, so I think the natural evolution that people expected was that they would go to Majora's Mask.
But Ocarina of Time 3D came out in 2010, and here we are in 2013 with still no Majora's Mask remake. I mean, do you think this is going to happen or not?
Yeah, it's, I think it could. I mean, I think 3DS would be a weird place for it. I think, there isn't, so we've talked about this before, like the quick save stuff you do in Majora's Mask doesn't lend itself super well to handheld gaming, and also a system where the battery can die doesn't lend itself super well to a game where you have this time limit and a constant time constraint and you have to worry about losing progress and all those things. It's also a very unique Zelda game. There are very few dungeons in it. Like, I don't know. You replay it over and over and over again, so I don't know how it would translate super well to 3DS.
Yeah, and to be fair, like, I love Majora's Mask, but it's also sort of referred to as a niche Zelda because of how different it is and because it departs from so much of that formula. So it's interesting because would it then be a better Wii U game? We're not sure, but will it be reissued?
I think it will be. I mean, I think at this point, they obviously know that people are getting so excited about it. I mean, the funny thing for me is, like, when they put the Majora's Mask in Animal Crossing or in Link Between Worlds or whatever else, like, I think it's just an easy way to say this is a really iconic piece of Zelda imagery that we can throw in the game and people know what it is in a way that if you had, like, the Wind Waker hanging on the wall or whatever, people aren't going to necessarily recognize that in the same immediate way. And so I think it's just an easy image for them to use. But that said, like, they know that there's that kind of, like you said, that niche that loves it. In that way, it does make more sense on 3DS because it's not going to sell Wii U's, which is kind of what they need right now. Whereas on 3DS, they have that really big install base that can pick it up and make it do well for them, make it profitable.
That system's doing really well.
Yep.
Well, what do you think? Let us know in the comments. And for more Majora's Mask and Super Smash Bros. Coverage, keep it right here at IGN.